Shall we get a count on how many times Denzel Washington says the N-word? I think we should. Alright, what is up guys? This is my review for the movie Fences. This stars as well as directs Denzel Washington. Co-stars include Viola Davis, Russell Hornsby, a couple other guys. I only really know Russell Hornsby because of Grimm, but other than that, pretty much only Denzel and Viola Davis. This follows the story of Troy. He is Denzel Washington's character and his family, and obviously just their lives in the 1950s. This movie was definitely interesting in a way it was made. It felt a lot of really like a theatre play. I think a lot of the shots they used were really like straight on, and it felt like you were watching from an audience rather than you're watching from like in the scene. And there was only a couple like different scenes in this movie. There was the house, work, and then a bar was there for like one scene. So there wasn't obviously a lot of settings, and that's what I think gave the theatrical element as well as the long monologues. These monologues are ridiculously long, really well acted, but they're so long. It felt very Oscar worthy. It felt very like this entire movie I was like, okay, this is probably the most Oscar bait movie I watched this year. I usually don't enjoy it as much because they're not as entertaining. This one was kind of a similar thing. It wasn't as entertaining, but it definitely was a well-made movie. I think the acting in this is ridiculously good. I mean, Viola Davis and Denzel Washington both were nominated for Oscars for good reason. They were both superb. As I said, these monologues were just ridiculous. They're so long. They're so emotional. And I mean, Denzel, his character, because his character's so deep, it has so many different layers. He goes from an angry dad to a chuckling worker, like just switching around, and the character goes through so many changes and so many emotions in this movie. I think he really did that well. And I think the directing was pretty good. Again, it felt like it was very theatrical. It felt like I was watching it from an audience. But there's nothing really wrong with this movie other than the fact that it might have been, I'm not going to say boring, but not as entertaining as other movies. I think that's why, again, I don't find them, as fun to watch. I don't think I'm going to rewatch this, much at all. I might buy it because it was such a well-made movie, but I'm not going to, even if I buy it, I might only watch it once. That's the only problem, again, is just rewatchability with these movies. But other than that, I thought it was really good. I mean, yeah, I can't get over these monologues. They were ridiculous. They were so emotional, so long. And that was just the main part of this movie. It was just so well acted. A little bit there was probably the time. It felt really long. Like there wasn't many times for myself. I know critics might have found it, but times where you're taken out of it, I felt like I was watching something. And it was a very long movie. I think 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. So I was sitting there for a very long time, and it did feel that maybe they could have, because there's such long scenes, and there's not many scenes in this movie. There's probably like 12 or so scenes, a dozen scenes, probably a little bit more, maybe 15. If they cut down maybe that every minute, you can go down to about 2 hours, because it did feel like some of them dragged it on a little bit. Not the movie, but the scenes itself. Other than that though, I think it was a good movie. It was a very well movie. Rewatchability is a factor, but I can't get over the acting in this movie. I think the acting was superb, and I haven't seen Manchester by the Sea, but I've got to see it because I think Denzel could have definitely got an Oscar. Even, I think this might have been better than Ryan Gosling and La La Land. I love Ryan Gosling's character in La La Land, but I think acting-wise, pure acting, not judging on the movie or the character who I liked, I think the acting by Denzel was just phenomenal. I'm going to give it a B from me. I think this definitely could have got a higher rating if I enjoyed it more, but I didn't think I loved it. I don't think it found it as entertaining as I wanted to find it. I mean, it was never going to be a really uplifting story because it's about 1950s African Americans, so it's not going to be a a heartwarming, loving story. So I'll leave it at that, guys. You guys can get involved in the comments below. You guys can like, you can subscribe. You guys can do whatever you like. You might have noticed a lot of my lighting's always a bit off because I usually film these in lots. I've finally caught up with all my reviews, so now it's going to be after I see them. Speaking of that, my videos are going to start coming out whenever. I said every Monday, but I can't even follow that up, and I usually watch movies on Tuesday and Thursdays. So usually reviews come on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday more often than the weekend or even Monday. So you guys can just be ready from whenever, if anyone actually follows that, and be ready for videos whenever. You guys you can just check on Mondays and view them all at once. It's up to you how you guys watch it, but I'm up to date with reviews. I think the next one I'm going to see, maybe Moonlight, on Thursday. Hopefully I can get that one out in the next week, but you guys will see a review for that one. Catch up on a few of the 2016 movies that just came out 2017 in Australia. As I said before, you guys can get involved in the comments, you can like, you can subscribe, and of course have a good one.